As a soldier, the main reason why we are here as soldiers is to deploy. It's to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. Being in the Army, it doesn't matter what your MOS is. You can be a support MOS, you can be in the front lines, you can be a 92 Golf cook, you can be a quartermaster, you can be an 11 X-ray fighting right in front. It don't matter. There's probably a big or small chance that you will fight, and that's just the reality of being in the Army, being in the military. You might go to a combat zone. What is a combat patch? A combat patch is a patch that is worn right below the flag on your right shoulder if you have deployed to a combat zone. That's how you get it. If you're a soldier and you deploy to a combat zone and serve there for a certain amount of time. Do I respect soldiers with a combat patch? Hell yeah, definitely 100%. Because in my opinion, they have done their part. They have gone overseas and fought the war against terror. They have proven themselves that they are actually more experienced than a lot of these soldiers that haven't deployed yet. They have that thing underneath their belt. They have something to prove. Thus, everyone who have a combat patch have seen action. The answer is no. Not just because you went to Afghanistan, you went to Iraq, you've seen something. For all I know, and from what I've heard and from what I was told by my leaders that have deployed multiple times to Iraq and Afghanistan, there's people that just stay in the fob. They don't go out of the wire, they didn't see anything, but they were there overseas in Iraq and Afghanistan as support. But they never went out, never seen any action. To be a great leader in the Army, do you have to have a combat patch? The answer is yes and no. Yes, because you can actually use this experience and knowledge that you've learned from deployment. All these things that you can't learn while in garrison. You have that underneath your belt and you can share it to your soldiers that haven't deployed yet. No, because not everyone who has a combat patch is a great leader. That is proven from my personal experience. I've had so many leaders that have deployed multiple times in different countries, in different conflicts. Most of them are really good leaders, but there's a few of them that are really bad leaders. They don't know how to take care of their soldiers. They don't know how to treat other people. They basically don't know how to manage. Yes, they might be good in the combat zone, but they're not effective in garrison from what I've experienced. But I have actually experienced a lot of great leaders that haven't deployed yet. E6s, E7s, first sergeants that haven't deployed yet in a combat zone. But they are really good. They're really competent. They really look out for their soldiers. They know what they're doing. So it doesn't matter if you have a combat patch or not. You don't have to have a combat patch to be a great leader. But having one and experiencing it is the way to go. Do I have a combat patch? The answer is no. And why? Because when I was in my old unit, I was slotted to go to Afghanistan back in 2012, 2013. But my unit, the artillery unit that I was attached to, was getting attached to a different squadron. And because of that incident, as a 6-8 whiskey, my slot was taken away by the 6-8 whiskeys that's in that squadron. Hence, me not being on the list anymore to deploy. And also, my wife was also in the military back in that day, back in that time, and she was getting out because of family issues. So the command decided that it's not good for me to deploy, hence I did not earn a combat patch. But what did I do? Basically, I worked hard while in garrison, and surely everything paid off because of hard work. I was the first one who got promoted within my peers, within everyone, within all of the E4s. I was the first one who got promoted to E5, and I did my best. If I couldn't deploy, I'll try to do my best to be a great leader, to be a great soldier, so when they come back, yes, they have the combat patch, but I have something to prove to them that I made E5. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I'm better than them. I'm not really even saying that they're also better than me. Being an individual, being a soldier, being in the Army, being a person, you are different than the other. I have good qualities that maybe they don't have, and they probably have good qualities that I don't have. We're not perfect. And that's one of the best things that I learned as an NCO, being a leader to my soldiers. I accept things if I know that I didn't do the right thing, or if I don't know the answer, or I don't really know what's right. I always look up to the regulations, look up to my mentors, and ask for help and guidance on what the right thing is to do. Being a leader, you don't have to lie. If you don't know the answer to a question or you don't know what to do in a situation, try to ask someone. try to research about it. There's also times that there's a lot of E4s that are really experienced and they can help you out. Do I feel left out as a leader, as a soldier, not having a combat patch? The answer is no. I don't see the reason why, but if the time comes for me to actually deploy in a combat zone, I'll definitely jump on that. Do I think new soldiers in basic and AIT deserve a patch of gratitude or a trophy patch, meaning that they've passed a phase? I have really no say on that, especially on my level, but I have to say I don't think it's really needed. Yes, it's good in a way because they are getting this recognition like, yeah, good job, but in reality, they're not even done with step one. They haven't even gone anywhere yet. So I think it's just giving them a false motivation and thinking that as soon as they go to the regular army, they're all thinking that they're really the best, but they haven't really done anything yet. Do you think these brand new privates that are coming in the army right now have to be welcomed by soldiers that have deployed so many times by taking off their combat patches just to be looking the same with these brand new privates? I don't think so, because having a combat patch is something that you deserve and something that you have accomplished, is something that you have earned because you have went over there. I don't think that if you have deployed, you just have to take it off because you have to welcome these soldiers. The reality about being in the army, if you're joining in the army right now, the army doesn't have to lower its standards for you. You have to meet the standards. And thinking about it now, I'm still considered a brand new soldier. I didn't have it hard like back in the day, so I don't consider myself as tough as soldiers back in the day. But I have seen it in just like 5 years that the standards in the army has really lowered. It has really gotten softer. I have to admit it, times have changed, everything's changing. That's why the army is changing as well. And it's really all up to the leaders. As a soldier, that's something that you have to learn. You have to meet the army standards and not the army lowering its standards for you. So there you guys have it. That's just my piece. I just wanted to talk about that. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Give it a thumbs up. Spread the word. Sergeant Masibay out.